my rub and also 2 slabs of baby back ribs on my new smoker. I'm going to go ahead and give it a second chance. I got about 10 briquettes warming up in the chimney. This time I got some different charcoal. I got some lump cowboy charcoal. I'm going to give it a try. I got a lot of good feedback from my first attempt on the UDS. Gary at Pandemonium 2K gave me a lot of advice. So I'm going to go ahead and try fewer lumps and also give it more time to heat up and set in properly. Another person, I can't remember his name, also mentioned about the height of my charcoal basket, so I'm going to give that a shot by bringing my charcoal basket height up a little bit. So let's go ahead and start with my rub that I do. This is just a generic rub, but you guys can kick it up a notch. Alright, so for my rub, what we have here is we have about 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, 4 tablespoons of paprika, about 3 tablespoons of kosher salt. We got about a tablespoon of onion powder, tablespoon of garlic powder. We have some rubbed sage. We have some cumin. We have some wasabi, and that's about a teaspoon each of all 3. I have about 2 tablespoons of some chili powder. I have a tablespoon of some chipotle chili powder. I have some Old Bay seasoning. I have some cinnamon, about a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I have some turbinado sugar, some sugar in the raw here. Let's go ahead and get this mixed up. Now sometimes I'll leave my brown sugar out for a little while to dry out to make it easier to mix up and break down. This time I really wasn't prepared, but it all works out. We're going to use it pretty much all of this on both slabs of ribs. I usually make a big bunch of this or a big batch of this and put it in a cleaned out Parmesan cheese shaker. That way I got it ready when I need it for anything I want to do. I pretty much add this to everything. So that's about it. There's my rub. I'll give it a quick test to see if it needs anything added or adjusted. And I think that's pretty good. So what we're going to do next is get the ribs prepped. Okay, so here are our baby back ribs. Nothing special about them. First thing I always do is remove the membrane. You've seen this done 100 times. I use the back of a spoon to get it started. Get my fingers in there and just kind of work it. Sometimes these come out real easy. Sometimes it takes a bit. If they're a pain in the butt to remove, sometimes I'll just go ahead and score them with a knife. Paper towel usually helps to get a handle on these, but these are coming out pretty good. Go ahead and do the second one. Also, I just put the heated coals on top of the charcoal basket to get that going. Looks like it's up around 200 degrees right now, but I'm going to give it some time again. As I was advised, to let the temperature set in. And you'll kind of see why I like letting it sit, because I like my ribs to sit and sort of marinate, I guess you can say, with the rub. Alright, so let's go ahead and season these up. Now, I'm not going to worry about cross-contamination here because I'm going to use this whole thing on these ribs, and there'll probably be nothing left. So, and I'm also doing this out back so I can hose down the table, which is nice. Generously get this on there, spread it around. go ahead and get the other side. I'm going to leave a little bit extra to add on later. So there they are, generously rubbed. And here's my little trick. It's not really a secret. I've seen this out there done by some competition guys. Is I go ahead and just coat it with some brown sugar. And what I'll do is I'll let this set. And the brown sugar will actually start to kind of melt around it, kind of like a glaze. So I'll go ahead and let this set up while the smoker comes to temperature and see how that works, and we'll get these on the smoker. See you in a little bit. Alright, so right now our temperature is holding about just over 250 degrees. One of the changes that I made was I did raise the charcoal basket up about 1.5 to 2 inches. That seemed to help quite a bit. The temperature got up and I was able to start adjusting my valves down below to get the temperature where I wanted it. When I had the ball valves opened a lot more, the temperature was up about 325. I slowly started closing them until it reached about just above 250. And it's been hanging around in there between 250 275 pretty steadily. Smoke isn't that bad. It's smoking right now because it just hit a chunk of apple wood. So I think it's pretty good. So right now I'm going to go ahead and get the meat on. Alright, you can see now by me letting the ribs rest, the brown sugar started melting. Now if it was a lot warmer outside, the brown sugar usually just melts completely and it makes a glaze right over it. But being that it's cold outside, it's not melting as fast. I did bring it in the kitchen next to the oven while we had the oven on for a little bit. It did help a bit. So there we go. I'm going to let them sit for about an hour on there. Then I'll go ahead and start spritzing with apple juice about every 30 minutes or so. Sometimes I'll foil them. I'll use the 3-2-1 or the 2-2-1 method, however you guys want to do it, for that fall off the bone. The family seems to like the meat really fall off, but for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and just do the straight cook on, no foil. I want to see how it turns out that way. So we'll see it in about an hour. Okay, so it's been about an hour, so we're going to do our first spritzing. We're going to continue this every 30 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on how lazy I get. Alright, so we're reaching the last hour mark. We're going to go ahead and start saucing at this point. I am using my Guinness sauce that I made a while back ago. Ribs looking good, temps are holding good. I'm going to start coating for the last hour. Alright, we'll see it in about another 30 minutes. Okay, so these are our ribs after about 4.5 hours. I think they look great, so let's go ahead and cut one open and see what we got here. Definitely look nice and juicy. I'm going to find the bones here. Let's take a look at what we got here. Look pretty juicy to me. I'm going to go ahead and take a bite. Fall off the bone. Nice smoke to it. Good flavor. I think these are a winner. I think these come out real good. Real juicy. Well, these are my ribs. This is how I do it. Any questions? Feel free to ask. Thanks for watching.